Yo, like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell so you'll be notified every time I upload. Outlier is the sponsor of my channel. This is the tool that you'll be seeing, that you see me use all the time. Link will be in the description if you want to get a free trial. Sign up using my code. All right. What a good day, man. It was pretty good, man. Pretty good. Now, I missed on like 3 or 4, but I had a ton of volume going today. Straight bets is major key. Uh, Major key. I don't even know what to say. You know what I'm saying? Um, Disappointing ones was Sexton. He only had 1-3. I had him for 2. Um, Suggs killed my bankroll builder. He only had 3. He didn't get 10 points. Um, and Sangoon, right? He got the 20 points that we did for the bankroll builder, that I did for the bankroll builder, but he did not get the 24 points. I took that straight, and I stayed away from the rebounds because I'm always skeptical, man. When the Indiana game, man, I always was skeptical about taking their rebounds, man. But all the rest of those props, mainly all the rest of those props hit, man. So I had a really, really good day. Vucevic, he hit his 2 threes. Um, Wendell Carter only took him for 1, but he hit 2 threes. The double doubles for marketing. It was just a good day, man. Really good day, right? Straights and parlays if I would have done it right. However, we got 7 games today, right? I should be going live today. Hopefully, I go live today. We will see. Um, let's talk about the now. I'm this Toronto Raptors and Charlotte Hornets game 225 over under. This game could probably end up getting over the total. Who knows, right? Look, this game I can only look at this game for a same game parlay aspect. If you're playing PrizePicks, whatever case may be, you can do same game parlays there. They're not just limited to the books. This game has a ton of potential you know, to pop off. You can get some good money out this game. It's too many props. It's too many props. It's too many props for me to point out one. I'm gonna have to do same game parlays and tease some of these props down, right? I like everything. I mean, 2 days ago we were saying Jacoperto, right? I was saying I don't want to be late to the party. His rebound prop is sitting at 8.5 right now. You get tremendous value on the double double for him and other guys, which I'll show you in a second. Matter of fact, let me just show you now. You're going to get tremendous value for the double doubles, and I believe there's multiple double double candidates here. Everybody double doubles in plus money right now. If you want to get to it, the early birds get the first worm. Nick Richards is more than capable of getting a double double at plus 150. Scotty Barnes, last time these two teams played, he had a triple double, 30-point triple double with that. Jacoperto, plus 200 for his triple double. Manuel Quickly, who I really, really want to take a stab at plus 500. And we're going to start off with that. So, Manuel Quickly, right? This is a spot where he can double double at, right? Let's just face it. It is what it is. So with that being said, I'm gonna take his I'm gonna take his rebound, I'm gonna take his assist prop, and I'm gonna tease it down in parlays. But give me the over 6.5 assists for Emmanuel Quickly, right? Where is it at? The over 6.5 assists. He's hit that number 4 of his last 10, and 4 of his last, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's 50%, four out of his last 8 games, right? So I think he can get there in this spot. Assist to the point guard position. This team is ranked 16th here, but I always double check and look on both sites. This other site that I use, and who was this? Charlotte, right? So they right outside the top 10, so it is what it is. Um, and in this time span, he's got double digit assists in 3 of his last 5 games, right? So the double double at plus 500 is a long shot play, right? So let me throw this long shot play over there in the, you know what I'm saying, in the section over there, right? That's the VIP section over there. Either way it go, though, it's a ton of double guys here, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot, man. It's a 3-point shooting game here. I didn't want to, but I sprinkled a little something on the Brandon Miller 21.5 points, man. It's a lot going on. It's going to be a lot going on in this game. Now keep an eye out for Martin. Keep an eye out for Gordon Hayward. I don't even know why he's even coming back. He shouldn't come back to after the All-Star game. That's what I would have done of him. So he's questionable. I don't think he's going to go, though. And I just like everything. I can't turn you down from anything here. I just can't. I love this game. I love all the props. I lean towards the over. I don't fucking know what to do here, right? It's just feels like a juicy game. I'll tell you this. If both of these, I mean, shit, if both of these teams are hitting, man, this game could turn out to be a gold mine. So I'll just leave it at that, right? It's too many props. If you ask me what I think about any of these props, I'm more than likely I'm gonna be leaning towards over on them, right? Cleveland Cavaliers at Washington Wizards, right? Another game, another bad defensive team in the Washington Wizards. And the Washington Wizards, poor Gafford, he's gonna be sandwiched in between Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, right? Now, last game we took our stabs. I'm only mad because I didn't take one stab at at uh the double double for Mobley. His double double was plus 230 last game. Tonight you'll get it at plus 150. If I go there, I don't know if I'm gonna go there. However, he's in a wonderful spot. He's in a great spot. Just looking at some of these numbers, right? Just the center, right? You could just look at the points, right? On the season, Charlotte and Washington, they top in giving up points. Charlotte and Washington, they 1 and 2 in giving up rebounds, right? That's the center spot. Mobley and Allen going to be shifting in and out of the center spot. And then you look at the power forward spot, like rebounds. Washington giving up the second most rebounds to the power forward spot. And for the points wise, Washington giving up the sixth most points to the power forward spot. And Charlotte's right there as well. It's like, it's going to be bad, right? Now, you know, Kuzma, if he plays, whatever the case may be, he can have some advantages having Mobley chase his ass around and stuff like that. So, you know, I would look at Mobley's points first, then, rebounds or points plus rebounds, whatever the case may be, right? Or double double. I mean, it is what it is, right? So, um, now I'm the long ball, right? Going back, this is what these guys gonna do. Last game, I took the 1.5 threes. Thank you, Garland. I'm going right back to the well to this 1.5 threes, and then I'm going back to the well on his 3 threes too. He didn't hit it for me last game. I'm laddering him back up again at plus 370, right? Max Strus. Last game he hit 6 threes. I'm taking this 1.5 and a parlay piece, and I'm laddering his shit up to 3. Okay. What about his 4? What about the 4s? Let's see. Max Strus plus 650 for 4. Yeah, okay. All right. Now, the numbers don't support Washington giving up the 3, but these ain't official plays. I'm gambling at this point. So I don't too much care, right? I don't too much care. Don't try this shit at home at the end of the day. But I got to take a stab. This year they're a different team defensively, but last year they were giving it up, right? And I'll show you. So Max Strus last year he gave their ass 6 threes, right? Head to head, 6 threes. This was last year, right? And then yeah, no, I'm sorry. Nope, I'm sorry. That was this year. He gave their ass 6 threes. This year, the first time they played, second time they played, he only had 1, right? His last 10 games for 3, the 1.5 3 prop, he's 7 of 10 to that number. Okay. Now, Garland, right? Garland last year, Garland gave their ass like 5 threes, right? So let's see. Head to head versus team. Yeah, he gave their ass 5 threes, then he gave him 1 the second time, right? Last 10 games for Garland, Last game versus Sacramento, he hit the 2 threes, but there's some blowout risk here as well. And then, we got to see what the minutes limit is looking like, right? So he did play, I want to say 28 minutes last game. They should be at 28 minutes, him and Mobley, or close to 30, or leaning towards sitting out on a blowout in a blowout, right? If that occurs. Um, Assists, right? I lean towards the over at 5.5. I really think he can get the 5.5 assists. Um, since he's been back, he's hit this 5.5 assists once versus Memphis, versus Sacramento. The last game he had 5 assists. I do think he can get there in this matchup head to head. Last time these two teams he faced this team, he had 9 assists, right? So it is what it is. Now, Allen, Jared Allen has ate this team for lunch, especially in the rebound category. He has a 19 rebound game and a 12 rebound game versus this team. And like I said, Mobley is in a good spot to score some points. Like, look at the rosters, look at the matches. If I'm the coach, I'm trying to take advantage of matchups, man. And I think and in the center spot and the power forward spot, there's a big mismatch there. All right. So that's a lot, man. It's a lot. It is a lot. Next game here we're going to talk about is going to be Golden State Warriors and the in the Philadelphia 76ers, right? So I didn't look over this game too much, but from a defensive standpoint, stuff like that, just looking at these, Curry has 9 times out of 10, Curry's going to be stuck with guarding, probably going to be stuck with guarding Maxey here, right? And Maxey would, depending on how they run this, Maxey we're probably going to have to guard him. So what that's leading me to believe, take the over for both of these threes, right? Both of these guys' threes, right? 4.5 and a 3.5. I know it's been a while since Maxey hit it, but I'm going to the well to hit. Not official play, but I'm going to the well with his threes, right? And Curry's, right? I'm taking both of their threes, right? It just is what it is. Um, Point guards, the threes, Golden State Warriors. How about last 30 games, right? 30 days, last 30 games, whatever case may be. What was I looking at? Oh, I was looking at the last 15. So the Golden State Warriors right now, as of late, they've been giving up 3. Last 2 weeks or that last 15 games, I want to say, they've been giving up the 3 ball, right? To the point guard position, 3.5 threes there. So I'm fine with taking the stab at his threes. Okay, I'm fine with that. I am fine with that, right? And Curry is just Curry. He's gonna do Curry things. Okay. Um, I don't want to talk too much about this game. I just want to leave it at that for right now. Try to save a little time, right? Some place that I know I'm going to. San Antonio Spurs and the Miami Heat game. I'll probably say this for the live stream tomorrow and see what the game got, right? I could come up with a few things, but I didn't go over this game. Atlanta Hawks and the Boston Celtics is an exciting game for me, right? Looking over, I'm gonna tell you how we're gonna target this one, right? So we're gonna target this one from the 3-point land here, right? It's gonna be self-explanatory. Um, uh, 3-pointers made, right? Per game. Boston Celtics, right? Atlanta, number 7. So you got the number 1 and number 7 3-pointers made in the league, right? 3-pointers attempt. Boston, number 1. Atlanta, number 7, right? So let's take a look at how these guys faring against these opponents, right? Opponents 3-pointers made. Atlanta Hawks giving up the 4th most threes to the opponents in the league, right? This is on the season. Boston Celtics around the middle of the pack at 16. Opponents' 3-pointers attempted. Now, Boston Celtics opponents shoot the opponents coming in and shoot a lot of threes versus them, and Atlanta Hawks they opponents come shoot a lot of threes versus them. Opponents' 3-point percentage. Atlanta Hawks they giving up the one of the best 3-point percentages in the league at almost 40%, right at 39. So we busting out the threes here. It just is what it is. Now, some guys that said some great matchups here. I want to say we're gonna start with why not start with Trae Young, right? So let's start with Trae Young. He's historically had great games versus them, and a couple guys that had great games versus him as well, right? So it's just popped up on a double-double. So let's just talk about a double-double. This is a minus 105. He's had a double-double in 8 of his last 10 games. Head-to-head versus this team, he's had a double-double in 4 out of 9 games. Let's talk about 3-pointers, right? He's been in fuego as of late. 6, 6, 7, and 3 threes made, and his threes versus this team look pretty similar, right? So I could just filter it. I could just go to head to head, and it looks pretty similar. He's got 4 threes or better in 4 straight games versus this team, right? I'll just leave it on head to head. His points. He's had success versus this team: 32, 35, 38, 30, and 33. He's had 30 points in 6 of his last 8 games versus this team. So he's crushed his point prop in 7 of his last 9 versus this team. So it is what it is, right? Trae is in play. Now, the rest of these guys are in play well. Derek White. You can look at Derek White. Historically versus this team, he's played well, right? His points prop sitting at 14.5. He's 7-10 to this number on the season. Head-to-head to this team. Versus this team, he's 7-10 to that, right? This is the head-to-head matchup right here. Head-to-head versus this team and 3-pointers made. Pretty spotty. But his last 10 games, he's 7-10 to 2.5 threes. Threes is going to be in play. I just showed you guys, how they're giving up threes, right? And just everybody. So I'll give you a positional chart. Instead of going by everybody, I'll give you a positional chart on the threes on the season and what Atlanta's been doing, right? So the 3-pointers, right? As you can see, Boston has given up the second most threes to the point guard position. Who was that? That's Trae Young, right? So that's on the season. Now, Atlanta ain't too far behind, top 10. Giving up threes to the point guard. Atlanta, top 10, right? Top 5, giving up threes to the shooting guard. Atlanta, top 6, giving up threes to the small forward. Atlanta, top 5, giving up threes to the power forward. And what about the center? It don't even matter because I'm taking the over 1.5 of Kristaps Porzingis too. So going back over here, everybody's in a good spot here on this Boston team, statistically, right? Jason Tatum has murdered this team. Look at his 3-pointers made. He's getting back hot again. His last 5 games, he's had 4 threes or more in 3 straight. Head-to-head versus this team, he's had 3 threes or better in 6 of his 3 threes or better in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of his last 9 games. Like points wise, this is head to head now. Points wise, like he's 6 of 9 to his 27.5 points. Like he's played very, very well versus his team. And then last but not least, because it might be time for him to pop off. His 3-point prop is sitting at 1.5. You're gonna get Jaylen Brown, right? So head to head versus this team, his 3-ball. He's hit 2 threes or better versus this team in 6 of his last 9 games. I have no choice. You get 1.5 threes for him at a minus 105. His points prop, like what, 6 of 9 to his point prop versus this team. Um, his last 10 games, he's been looking okay. You know what I'm saying? He's 4-10. What about his 3 ball last 10 games? Been pretty spotty, right? But this is a perfect spot for him to get right, right? He's been a little discouraged. He only took three threes right here and 3 threes right there. So he's been a little bit discouraged. We will see, right? He had to be a little bit discouraged, right? So going back to the books here, I'm gonna love the 3 ball for both teams. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm gonna love the 3 ball for both teams. But like I said, Jaylen Brown, his 3 balls sitting at 1.5. You can get 2.5 threes for him. You get 3 threes for him at plus 270. You know, Kristaps Porzingis, his 3 ball sitting at 1.5 at a parlay piece. I will be using it as a parlay piece. 2.5 threes for Jason Tatum. I have no choice but to take it, right? Some of these games you're just going to be in undisciplined in. You know what I'm saying? Or if you're a volume player, you're just a volume player. You're just a volume player. It just is what it is. So that's just about going to sum it up for this game. It's just another strong same game parlay atmosphere. And as you can look and see what these totals been for Atlanta lately, man. The totals been for Atlanta like, look at the totals for Atlanta has been like 104 to 106, 109 to 108, 106 to 95. Those were 3 defensive teams right there. So Sacramento 107, 122, 112 to 134. Dallas 148 to 143. Toronto 125 to 126. The Lakers 122 to 138. Phoenix 120 to 129. And the Clippers 149 to 144. So that's 300 motherfucking points right there. So they last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. They've been putting up 250 points or better, man. Like, yes. So we'll see. We'll see. It's another great same game parlay atmosphere. Um, don't have much yet for this Detroit game, but tell you what I'm looking at here. If they got it out. They don't have the rebounds or nothing out right now, but I did see it over here on Outlier, and I'll be using it as a parlay piece, right? I'll be using the double-double and or rebounds, right, for Jalen Duren here. That's one thing that I know I'm going to use, right? So, and that's all they have out for him, right? They don't even have rebounds. So he's got a double-double in 6 of his last 10 games, and head-to-head versus his team, he's got back-to-back games with double double. One last year, one this year, right? As long as he stay out of foul trouble, I think he should be able to get there. Okay, but he's got to stay out of foul trouble because Sabonis is a monster. All right, I'll be using that as a parlay piece. Until the rest of the lines come out. The last game, I'm gonna save that for the live stream or whatever the case may be. So that'll give us something fresh to talk about. All right. With that being said, guys, peace out, man. Peace.